We are so close to the end. We have one more to go. It's spoilers for the next one, not technically, but we just finished watching the last two episodes, and then the first message that Mike sends me is, "So where the hell do we go from here?" I'm like, "We'll find out when you ask me to do 7 episodes next weekend." No, but yeah, let's just Mike go.
Okay, so we're at episode 14. Well met, everyone. At last, Team Gurren arrives at the outskirts of Tepelin, but before coming to the city, they must face a combined full-scale attack of Sitomander and Guame's forces. Boy, this was a whirlwind of an episode.
That's a couple of different ways. Before you get too far, I have to ask you, how ready were you how unexpected was of you to start getting biblical like lessons being thrown at you by Genome?
You know, episode 5 kind of prepared me for that.
Okay. All right, gotcha. Go ahead.
Okay. I guess I got to start with. Man, I don't know where to start because this whole episode was just kind of awesome.
Yeah.
Like, and we start to see more like aerial battles too.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the first half of this episode reminded me of like some of the great Star Wars dog fights.
Oh yeah. This is just so pretty. We're really gonna get into it with a. I've never had it confirmed by anybody, but a stat about the next episode of why it's so damn pretty. But this just, man, there's a story with Ava when Gainax was working on Ava that starting on episode 15, there's a gigantic art style change because they ran out of money. They blew their load way too fast. And you could tell they have a lot more money on their hands when they're making this one because it, like you said, the amount of shit they threw at this episode and the following one is just off the charts. There is so much going on. You have, up at this point, you had air, sea, or land. Outside of sea, we've had literally everything that they've come up against shooting at them in one episode.
Yep. This time shit gets crazy.
That's putting it lightly. These get to the points of where we're at the episodes now where I'm literally too excited to talk about them that I'm just going to sound like a babbling idiot because like, especially in the next one, just every other frame is like, that was awesome. Holy shit. But it's like, one thing I want to ask you, and I forgot how fast it comes up. It comes up in this episode. That song I was talking about, how it kind of grows up with the team, It's got the lyrics now. You finally got to hear a little bit of the lyrics of Rap is a Man's Soul. The Do the Impossible. It's basically their entire theme is like, there's nothing we can't do. It will just go. The row, fight the power. Anyone you ever hear talk about Gurren Lagann will say those 3 words to you. And that is a meme on everything. You want that on a t-shirt? There are 16 billion of them.
I loved hearing the complete song once they earned that moment. Yeah.
Oh, and it gets an even better moment in the next episode. It's one of my favorite points of the entire show. I'm talking too much. Go ahead. I don't want to hijack these from you. This is your fresh takes, not mine.
Man, I don't even know where to start with this episode. So I'll just cut right to the chase.
Okay.
The big tornado that big tornado is just crazy, man. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I'll be able to speak intelligently about these next 2 episodes, because really all it is they're throwing everything in the kitchen sink.
Pretty much. And before we get too far into that tornado, because two minor things happen before that tornado comes. They actively got more reinforcements.
Yep.
At this point,
wait.
I didn't see that coming.
I forgot. There's one very important thing we should start with.
Okay.
The very first thing we see is Simone and Yoko paying tribute to Kamina.
Yep.
With his cape and the sword and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a very touching scene.
It was. Part of me, the first time I saw it, thought Simone was going to put on Kamina's cape. I was this much thinking of it. But I was like, they left it, and I'm happy about that.
And then we see reinforcements bearing the Kamina flag.
Yes, and also the fact that, not forget, that this is a month after the last episode.
That's right.
Yes, that always blows my mind. I'm like, because you and me talk about how like they always just fix their problems. This was the first time where they're like, we didn't install the Levisphere in a day and a half. It took a month. We're a little realistic here.
Just a little.
But yeah, one thing Mike brought up, and I brought it up as well, and I can't remember which episode, but he messaged me when he was rewatching some of the early episodes. He's like, pretty much every episode, they get reinforcements. And then there's a good 3 to 4 episode span where they don't get any. Then they just make up for it by sending all of these people.
Yep.
Oh, man. Oh, and then one last thing on the tornado before we get too far on it. I think my favorite Nia moment, outside of the one that we're going to have, the favorite Nia moment in season 1, outside of the one that we had in the next one, because it's just one dialogue she has, and it's one of the favorite things she's ever said. Hello, I am the head cook of Gurren. Please stop. Who is telling the reinforcements to stop firing the head cook?
Yep.
And she says it with as much important gusto as if she's Simone.
Like I thought she was gonna say I'm the princess or something, but
no.
Like when she first popped up, I thought she was addressing the tornado.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Stop it. Oh, I love you so much.
Oh. Nia's the best.
She just is. She doesn't know what she's doing, but at the same time, she knows everything. And it's like, that's like all the notes I have. I've literally mentioned everything that I have. Oh boy, you just got to see how bad my handwriting is. We're going to throw that over there. Other than, all of this is just awesome fights. And, okay, we got to see Daigundo.
Mm-hmm.
The, Timmel, oh my lord, Guam's version of his big old fortress thing. And
I forgot we haven't actually seen that yet.
It's weird.
I think he brings it up in Guam's first major appearance, but
you might have.
We never actually see it in action.
No, and it's the most BA of all of them. It's the one that gets to combine with the fucking Capitol building to create a giant spiral tornado to try and strip the troops out. I'm just like, they settle. The weird part is they get Guam out there right away, right after Timelth, and he gets to have his moments, and then he holds back because he's the one guy where he's like, I guess I'll let these damn kids do it, and then I'll just bring out the big guns and finish it off. And he doesn't. He's still. I'm sorry. Again, I'm talking way too damn much. I get way too excited about these later episodes.
That's it. That's all right. One way you can tell that this threat is real is when you see all of the reinforcements, stupidly, mind you, charging into the tornado, and they all get wiped out.
That was the one point where I'm like, when Team Gurren thinks you're doing something stupid,
then you're doing something stupid. Yeah.
Well, give or take, they couldn't hear them, but that was the one point where they're like, no, you saw him blow up. We're like, no, we're going to avenge our captain. I'm like, you guys haven't been around the crew very long because nope. And it's just, we also, don't forget, this is the first time we got to see one of them combine. Oh man, if I'm combining these damn episodes again, this is going to bite me in the ass. Where we get to see someone do a combine other than Simone.
Yep, the Black siblings.
That was cool. That was cool.
I can't remember if that was this episode or the next, but both of these put a lot of emphasis on the Blacks in action.
Yeah, I want to say they do because it's I could be wrong. These are two that really blend together because it's just there. But yeah, I could be wrong. I probably am. I believe it's this episode. I've seen it so many times, but just it's anyway. Yeah, I'm trying so hard to not just full on fangirl at this point because I love these damn episodes so much, but the moment where you get to see Guam, like, finally everyone's done and the moment's done, and they think they finally lost, and they can't fight anymore. Wait, hold on. We almost skipped over the fact that Cito Mondre bites it. We almost skipped over that.
Almost.
We almost skipped over that. He gets iced so easy. He's just done. And the fact that he's just like, no, he's like, you're going to take, okay, we just break this down as it goes along. They're like, all right, Gunson's getting attacked by ground troops. You got all the air troops in front. What are we going to do? Simone goes, nope, you guys do that. I'll take care of this. Trust me, I've got this. And I can't do the throw out. We just get the a puny naked ape's not going to kill all of us. All right, all he does is latch the freaking controls forward, and then the Atano circus that follows if just everyone's dead. The whole fleet at that point just dies. Simone has been himself, the Simone he wants to be and who he's going to be, for a little over a month. And he's already taking out almost whole fleets with the flick of his wrists in Gurren. Just... Remember when
we said before that Gurren Lagann was an overpowered mech? This is only a month after the previous episode.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, you remember, speaking of this, and I'm going to bring this up in the series finale as well. Remember when they were just fighting a mech in a 200 foot tall cave by 100 foot tall cave and it couldn't turn left or right?
Yeah.
We're only 15 episodes in, or 14 at this point. I'm going to bring that up again when we see the thing at the end of this episode. Escalation at its finest.
Perspective is important when watching this.
They just knock out everybody. Rossio gets the fight for a little bit, and then they just get wiped. Cito Mondre's done, and he's just like, what a fool of a hatchling. I'll take care of it. And that's when the whirlwind comes in. And they need to take him out before they can get to Teplin, which Nia rightly communicated as, I'll never get over that. I am the head cook of Gurren. You get to see the one smart thing. The only way they can get out of that is they can't pierce it. What are they going to do? They have Simone just dig. That has always been their solution, no matter what happens. And
just keep digging.
Is digging. And you finally get to see he's just like, all right, insolent pup, you can't out-drill me. I'm going to bash you into the ground. Thanks for the boost, bud. Flies him clean up right into the freaking template. Oh, just reverse the thrust. It's all you need. Oh, my God.
Moments like that are just so satisfying to watch.
It is. It's so good. And I'm trying to remember because we can't. Oh gosh, nope. That's in the next episode. I'm not going to say that. All right. Yeah, that's pretty much. Am I missing anything? All it is awesome fights. What? I just don't want to express how every single fight went because that would be really boring and I would just look like a nerd. Is there any big moments other than the big moment that happens?
I'm I'm hard pressed to think of any major moments that we missed. I think we covered about everything.
Yeah, it's not like we don't want to talk about every bit of it. We're 10 minutes short right now of the entire episode, and we could just mention every line in it. They're just really good, and this one's mostly fights. That's the hard part about the episodes that are mostly fights, that when you're trying to describe them, we're just like, the guy died in a really cool way, and you really can't do much. But yeah, it's part of me just really wants to talk about the next episode right away.
Honestly, I agree, because I have so much more to say about the next episode.
I do too. So is there anything you would change about this episode?
Honestly, I have a retroactive change that I would make to Guame's previous appearance.
Okay.
You know what? I take that back. Like, as great as his first appearance was with the like the village of like the village with the women.
Uh-huh.
We didn't need that episode if you wanted to build Guame up as like the second in command.
Yep.
So scrap that episode. You don't even meet Guame yet until this episode, when he's like, Sita Mender, you're useless.
Yeah.
I'll take it from here.
What's weird is, and I'll send you the link to it so you can watch it, in the movies against Sito Mandre, and the first time, like that in the part where they show him getting his wings, or like that Gurren gets its wings, is when he had the "I'm the Simone the Digger, I'm okay" moment.
Huh.
Yeah, like obviously it's very condensed, but it's much different. And it's weird to see out of context. I wish there was a way for me to get you to watch those, because they actually make substantial differences or when time happens. But yeah, he doesn't get to have it with Guame in the movie. He has that with Sito Mandre. So technically they push that out to have that. But yeah, it's a little bit different. But I get what you're saying.
If I can like find the movies on some random website, I will certainly check those out.
Okay, we'll do a retroactive fresh takes on those. If you get to see them, let me know.
Yeah, because now I'm curious.
Yeah, I could send you. It's only the scene where he has a speech, so technically I could send you that, because that part's at least on YouTube. And the one moment that you need to see from the second one, which is the finale of the second movie, you need to see. I have a YouTube clip of, so technically I can still show you those. Yeah, this one is another awkward kind of fangirling episode, because not a lot happened. There's a lot more meat and actual like plot structure. In the next episode, there's still going to be moments when I'm going to have trouble containing myself just so Mike can talk, because this is more about him than it is about me, because I know what happens. So, Mike, where can people find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Captain K42. Check out my quick thought reviews on letterboxd.com/CoachK42. Find me in all the various Facebook groups at my name. Check out Renegade Pop Culture on Facebook and Twitter at Ren Pop Culture. Check out all our podcasts on Spotify, Anchor, Stitcher, wherever you listen. And last but not least, you can find this show and other content on renegadepopculture.com. Need an escape? So do we.
Yes. And you can find me everywhere at Organoid0, Twitch, YouTube, all that good stuff. Yeah, there's not a whole lot other than that. Spin on, everybody. I love you, and I cannot wait to talk with you in the next episode.
Peace.